Mijn naam is Marco. Onlangs was ik samen met Roel op bezoek bij Sloten in Duitsland bij de fabriek. Nou, er worden niet alleen de sloten gemaakt, maar ze hebben er ook een testcentrum. En wij mochten de sloten zelf testen. En we kregen inderdaad ook te zien van waarom die sloten nou zo veilig zijn. Nou, ik zal eerlijk bekennen, ik was de eerste 2 minuten te laat met de camera, dus het enige wat ik niet in beeld heb gebracht is dat het slot eerst tot min 40 graden Celsius wordt gebracht, maar daarna kan je alles zien. Vind je dit filmpje nou leuk? Klik dan op like en wil je geen filmpje missen, abonneer dan ook op ons kanaal.
She says when it does this, 5 hits from 1 meter height, a 3 kg weight, then we pass the hitting test. Now, this lock is fixed in here. It can't move. So the whole impact from this weight has to go into the lock in a part of a second. It can't move, so we get very high forces here. Somewhere at the bike frame, when everything moves, you never get these forces as we have here. So 5 hits. Alright. Now we can stop, and ART will say this part of the test you passed. But we say maybe it's better to do 1 double impact hit. Maybe the lock will be damaged then.
Okay, and now, of course, you test it. How often you can do it before it goes? You know? You have any idea what normally happens?
After several hours of lifting up the weight, the arms didn't want to go on.
And now it still works.
It still works. We couldn't break it by hitting it.
No, but it can be damaged inside, but you know that it's not damaged inside.
It's not damaged. So now here. Now we hit the lock here every time. And that's all you see. It's a special kind of plastic. It's a reinforced plastic that even with cold temperatures, it stays flexible. It doesn't get brittle, this plastic stuff. We have minus 40 here, let's say minus 30 now. And you see nothing. And now it has to work. Come on. Here we have it. Because of the cold, the ice clinged to it. So now here we are, and it works.
There it's not damaged, huh?
No, you can see?
It's nothing, eh?
Nothing damaged.
Very hard.
Yeah. Pretty strong, it wasn't damaged. So, next part of the test is the pulling test. We'll come back to the bolt cutter soon. The pulling test. Just imagine somebody has a car jack, a car lifter, places it in and wants to lift the lock, wants to pull it. This lock has to endure 3,000 kg. 3,000 kg, a car jack, usually they are not able to do 3,000 kg. Because how heavy is a car Audi A6? Maybe 2,000 kg. But the car jack has to lift up maximum 35% of the car. All the other 3 wheels, they will stay on the ground, so it has to lift up 1,000, 1,500 maximum. So we go up to 3,000, ART says 3,000 kg, and then this part of the test is passed. They would take a brand new lock, not a frozen one, and not a maybe pre-damaged. But we have to be on the safe side. We have to take this lock here, cold, maybe pre-damaged by hitting. Only just in case we reach these 3,000 kg slightly, or only 3,100 or something like this. We have to make sure that our lock, what we test, is not as good as the one that ART gets. So, we try to. This pulling machine is able to do, I think, 25,000 kg.
It's safe glass, huh?
Yes.
So when it springs, it doesn't come out.
When it breaks, it will stay inside, yeah.
At least it breaks sometimes, because you can see the damage on the
You see some.
But it's
So, you see here a figure, growing and growing. It's the force in kg we pull. Now 100, 170, 80, 200. The next number here is the length. It got the millimeters. It got longer, almost 2 millimeters longer than before. 700 kg, 800, 900, and as long as this line is a straight line, this steel is flexible. And we just imagine we have now 2000 kg. We will stop the load, take off the load. The lock will look like it looked before, and you won't see anything. You won't feel anything.
so now it's up to 5 millimeter longer, the whole lock.
Yeah, 4.3, 4.4. Now almost 3000 kg. ART would say, all right, we reached 3000 kg, we'll stop it, take off the load, everything's fine. But we have to, now we want to know, how strong is it really? We will break it. 3500, almost 4000 kg.
Je ziet hem al, ja, je ziet hem nu al iets verbaasd. Ja.
4500.
Zo meteen als hij knalt.
The lock becomes a bit female, you
Yes.
see? And we are 7.5 millimeters longer than before. 5000 kg. Imagine 5 tons.
Bijna dubbel hè, van wat de officiële eis is.
Zo.
Now something broke.
Yes. Mooi dat je ook op dat scherm ziet hoe ver die dan gegaan is. Hè?
We did 5500 kg. Hoe is het gebrochen? Ah, Schlosskörper. Yeah.
It always breaks on that point, or it
No.
sometimes also
No.
breaks in the U form. Or what?
Very, very seldom there. It breaks very seldom there at the lock body. We have 3 or 4 points where it breaks. Sometimes it breaks here on top. Sometimes somewhere here or shackle. Sometimes somewhere in the locking area. And sometimes pretty seldom here in the lock body. Now the lock body broke. I've seen that pretty seldom. Really, 2 or 3 times up to now. So, the lock is broken here, so try to open it.
Het is niet zo dat je slot nu al open is.
You want to open it?
Nee, je krijgt hem niet meer open. Want
Hij is nu
staat
verbogen.
scheef, alles staat
Ja,
scheef,
with the
dan
key.
zitten voor elkaar, dus hij gaat niet
Maybe with the key?
Hij gaat nou echt niet meer los.
Hij is nou verbogen van
Alles is
binnen.
naar de
Ja,
kant.
hij is nog steeds open.
Je ziet dat hij fiets...
Alleen het hele binnenwerk is een gruzelement. Maar kun je met een rake klap kun je dan die 5000
Overtreffen.
kilo overtreffen? Dat gaat toch nooit? Nee.
Yeah. How to make more than 5000 kg? Pretty difficult.
neem de volgende fiets ook.
Then there's a bike frame
Een
inside.
filmpje inkorten.
Maybe not only bike frame, also front wheel or
Ben
everything.
je
Yeah.
benieuwd naar full versie?
No,
Zonder,
it doesn't
zonder
work
knippen?
now. So
Kijk hier.
now this guy,
Voor degene die dat
he tried to hit it, but he couldn't open it. He tried to take his car jack, and he couldn't open it either. What does he do next? Next thing, what he tries to do is he wants to use the bolt cutter. One other thing, there is really no point at the lock where it breaks more often than on other points. To make this lock more secure, we have to make bigger and more secure everything. Not only the shackle, not only the lock body, not only locking mechanism, but all points we have to make more secure and more stable, and that means more weight, more steel. So, now we want to use the bolt cutter. How to do this? First to give you an impression what it means to cut a lock with a bolt cutter. We need somebody who breaks this small piece of steel. Imagine this is a chain or a padlock. Try to open it with a bolt cutter. Come on.
That's right.
Try to open. I keep it here and you open it. It's not hardened steel and it's a very good bolt cutter.
Eén poot op de grond.
It's not manipulated. Sorry, definitely not manipulated.
Kom op, Roel. Ga je kijken. Lekker de koffie.
Or some more breakfast.
Oh, it comes. No,
Yeah,
but it won't go through.
You see? Yeah, I just open it. You see the blade of the bolt cutter enters here. It enters here, and it's steel, and steel is strong. And these blades, they have to enter here and to break it up. So steel is strong. It's not so easy. I mean, in the movies you see it. Come on, take a bolt cut, chuck, and open it, and you have a 3 or 4 millimeter padlock shackle. That's it. But here we have a 8 or 9 millimeter chain. It's possible to do it with a bolt cutter, but it's difficult. So, come on, you go on. Yeah, you go on.
Ja.
Place it on the ground. Yeah. There it is.
Thank you. He's more heavy than I. Look, it's 120 kilos. I'm just 80.
Yeah, no, you see.
Excuses.
Guys below 75 or 80 kg, they are not able to steal a bike.
I suppose so.
So, you see, the blade entered here and squeezed the whole steel, and at the end, pling, it broke. Now
I was almost
we need a machinery-based test to check how strong he was. We need to know how many kg did he put on the tip of the blade. Otherwise, we can say this lock would be safe because he couldn't open it, but he could open it. Was it safe or not? We have to know the force in kg. How many kg or how many tons did he? We needed to open it with the blades. Now, here we have our cutting machine. Okay.
Dat is bijna niks in verhouding tot dat wat er gebeurde.
You see there the force in kilonewton, or here in tons. It's at the end the same. 10 kilonewton is 1000 kg. Here we are. 4 tons, 4.2 tons we need for...
Geen AT2.
This is not even RT 2-star. You need more for RT 2-star. That's it. We will use this shackle here. And we don't take this bolt cutter, we'll take another one. Now we have a big one. Now I need you again. Also, this one is a very good bolt cutter. We reinforce the brackets here that the blades really work parallel to each other and that they don't move somewhere. Now I need all your 80 kg. 80? 75. No.
87.
87. Okay. Come on. Place it in front.
Kom op. Gewicht in de strijd.
I think it doesn't work. No, we need somebody else.
Yes. This is flexible, but doet dat. Kom er maar bij.
Vele handen.
Oké, laat iemand anders me doen. Hij buigt hoor, de hele ding, de hele tang buigt. Hij komt niet. You manage?
No.
No.
You would have been the first ones in the history of the company.
Okay.
Als het geluk was.
At least then we keep on trying.
Alright. Now, how strong have they been? Or we don't know exactly, but we see here. Okay, it's only the plastic. We don't see what's happened inside. Now we want to know how strong do you have to be to cut this piece here. We put it into the cutting machine. And then we get a... Because we can't put in this shackle in this machine here. He takes another one. It's the same kind.
Hij is weer 155 kilometer.
Wat gaf hij? Hoeveel ton gaf hij?
That means 15 tons.
15 ton.
15 tons. We've had
15.000
4.
kilo.
We've had 4 here, and we need 15 here. Even the 4 was pretty heavy. Now we need 15. And now you see the difference between hardened steel and not hardened steel. Not hardened steel, the blade could enter and squeeze the stuff. Hardened steel, the blade wanted to enter here, but it couldn't. It was impossible to enter because steel is hard. And we had to put so much pressure, so much force in this way that the tension in that way made it break. It was the big bang here.
And that's why you want to have it hard on the outside and
And
flexible
soft,
on the
flexible
inside.
on the inside. Yes, we can make when we make it hard thoroughly everywhere. Here we will get better results.
Yeah.
But for the next test, it would be very bad. So, as soon as somebody offers you a lock with not hardened steel, everybody can break it. Bigger bolt cutter and go in, and you can break it. As soon as you have case hardened steel, it can become impossible. Even with this bolt cutter, a big one, a strong one, and two strong guys, and they couldn't open it. So this is the thing between hardened steel. Now the next kind of test is the so-called twisting test. And this is what we do here. The lock is in this machine here. We keep the shackle and we turn the lock body. The twisting test. Just in case, nobody will do this with a bike. But just in case the shackle is too hard, then it's too brittle and it will break easily by twisting it. What the lock has to reach now is 1,000 Newton meter. 1,000 Newton meter, familiar with Newton meter? 1,000 Newton meter means a 1 meter long bar and a press with 100 kg here. 100 kg, quite a lot. And we won't break the lock. We will go 1,000 Newton meter and a bit further. This machine, these two parts of the machine are not connected. We press it and then we will take off the load, and the lock wants to go back in itself. It's flexible. So we start here. We reach the 600, 700, 800 Newton meter. And we'll stop at about 1,000. This is what ART 3-star recommends. 1,000 Newton meter. Have a look at the lock. It looks a bit twisted. And it really means 1 meter crowbar and press it 100 kg here. Have you been in the gym for pressing 50, 60, 70 kg? Well, then you have something in your back. But here you have to stay somewhere and press the 100 kg here. Impossible. Now we go on. 100 kg is not enough for us. Here we are, 1,300,
Yeah.
1,400, that's okay. 1,000, yeah, almost 1,500 Newton meter. More than 50% more than ART 3-star recommends. And I have a look at the lock. It looks really pretty much twisted. And it's not broken. Nothing's broken up to now. And we take off the load. Now the lock wants to go back in itself. We don't turn it back, put it back. It wants to do it. have a look at the lock. What happened? Nothing. And it opens and closes even a bit smoother than before.
Ja.
Yeah.
Echt goed.
Nothing happened.
Onderaan.
Wel goed. Ja, Jens te kopen.
Ja, we hadden een paar jaar geleden hadden we een best wel een mooie promotie eigenlijk door middel van
Every cylinder, the first plate, the first washer, is a 3 mm or 4 mm hardened steel plate. When you want to drill, to put your driller in, the steel plate rotates and you can't go in. So, protection for the
that's
cylinder.
that one which when I built the one, there was one single.
Yes,
That's the one.
One silver. One silver single. Yes, that was the
front of the
hardened steel washer, and this will rotate immediately. You can't drill
because
through.
it's hardened. You need to. It won't open.
Yeah, you can't open it. So yeah, you said they open it somewhere at the housing here.
Ja.
And even that was difficult. Mm. So this is the ordinary test routine. The only thing we left is the cutting test with a metal saw. Do you want to do it? Yeah? Okay. We take a piece of the shackle.
Om water naar de zee brengen.
Niks. Ik sta gewoon voor de katse krut.
Het gaat ook helemaal niet. Mooi. Het grijpt niet, het doet helemaal niets. Nee.
Is wirklich nichts.
Nee.
It's nothing.
Nee.
Because the steel is harder than the blade.
Ja.
And this is what we have to make sure that your customers know, or that you can tell your customers 100%. This hardened stuff, the outer shell of this steel is harder than the ordinary metal saws. Now when you take tungsten carbide, you cannot make the steel harder than tungsten carbide. That's impossible. But usually nobody uses these blades. And even then, with these shackles, you have to cut through both shackles. And that's very, very difficult.
Ja.
And then you don't have this piece here where you can fix it, and you have to hold it in one hand and use the saw
But you
with
have
the
to
other hand.
with the round ones,
Yeah.
then you can turn them.
Yes, the round ones you can. The round shackles.
No, the round.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the round shackles. You cannot turn them. They also have a bolt in here.
okay.
So when you have a bolt in here, even if it's round or rectangular, when it's round, and the bolt is here, you cannot turn it.
But you have to saw only one.
No, you don't have to saw only one. You have to saw both.
Ja.
Really, even with a round shackle. When you have a ball in here, only a ball, then you can turn it.
Okay.
But we have a bolt. Even with the round ones, when you have a bolt, you can't turn it. You can turn them a little bit more than these rectangular ones, but you cannot open them. That you may take through the. Yeah. These are the locking bolts, and they are the same with this lock and the other ones.
De cilinder heeft niet de ruimte om te draaien.
Ja, dan heb jij een zaagje gedaan en dan moet die andere nog. Ja.
Hij heeft alleen maar de ruimte om te draaien als het rondom loopt, dan kan je het draaien. Want het is
Ja,
vaak
zeker.
draaien.
Ja.
Den kleinen Hammer, wo ich irgendwas zerschlage. Ich nehme den großen mit, vorsichtig.
Als een plastic ham.
Yep. So, some people say with Argus locks, one of the bad things is you have to use the key for opening it, and you have to use the key for locking it. There's not this spring-loaded mechanism for open it, take off the key, and just close it. We have to close it with the key. But in Germany, many customers, they complain, they say, that's not so comfortable. We want to have it this spring-loaded mechanism. Just close it and it's locked. We don't do this. We have the U-grip Bordeaux. There we have this this click mechanism, but we don't like to use it because some years ago somebody made this lock here. It looks like the Bordeaux. It looks pretty similar to the original Bordeaux. Even here, this yeah, it looks like ours, but it's not. And they even have a disc cylinder in here. So it looks pretty good, and it is good, but it has a master key solution, and this master key is here. So now the lock is closed, and you cannot open it. Even by pulling it, you can pull as hard as you want. You can't open it, but it is possible to open it. Now it's open. Great master key solution.
That's because of the spring construction.
This spring-loaded mechanism here. There are several springs or balls, spring-loaded balls, and when I accelerate it in a special way, then they open and the whole lock is open. This is the reason why we don't like this spring-loaded mechanism. It's not as comfortable as opening and closing with a key, but it's very important for us to have this. With this mechanical way of opening and closing and locking it, there is nothing you can accelerate, you can hit it in what way ever. It's impossible. It doesn't work. So that's the background for this. Now, some of you, they said we want to test our own locks. We want to test the Bordeaux, for example. So we have a bike frame. We lock it with a Bordeaux lock, or you may lock it with a Bordeaux lock, and then you're able to try to open it. You see some tools here. Feel free to use them. One thing I want to ask you, maybe it's better for you or for your customers when you tell them, so you can start with the biggest bolt cutter we have. But maybe try to open the lock in a way what the thief outside at the railway station or wherever, the way he does it. Maybe he starts with a smaller tool, and then later on he comes back with a bigger one. When you come with the biggest one, yes, of course, you open every lock. No lock is unable to open, unable to be broken. You can break every lock. It's a matter of time and tools. So maybe choose some tools and try to open the. Doesn't want to do it this way. All right, I have the bike locked here, and now you're able to come on. Do your best.
Ja, mooi.
Nee, dat lukt me toch niet.
Heb wel wat langer.
Je ziet er ook wel een beetje uit als een explosief, moet ik zeggen. Yo, there it is.
Hey.
Well done. Therefore, you see, it's not possible to get ART 3 stars with that. You need a bigger tool. And well done. This is the way to open the Bordeaux. You may use the bolt.
The other one is sticking on the house and.
Yeah.
No, that other one.
What's the other one? Yeah,
That's another brand.
So you need a bigger tool. You need to know how to, and that is possible. You can break every lock. It's just a matter of time and tools.
Yeah, it's twisting. But it's strong. een breker uit de voorkant op. Ja, want hij breekt op een van die nokken.
Ja.
Dat is een zwarte schakel. En of het nou deze is of die, dan maakt het wel.
Dik voor. Van een plaat staal moet je nou doorknippen.
Ja, dat is een woordje.
Weer meer? Zit niet goed?
Nee, gaat gewoon niet in detail.
Nou, zo bedoel is op die schaduw.
Doesn't want to. That's one of the things. The border is pretty flat. Therefore, most bolt cutters, they are also flexible, and the handles are closed, but you can't break it here. One of the reasons the border is a bit flat because of bolt cutters. Another kind of lock. You have your lock. You want to?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sell it. It's a lock with a story.
Nee, dat is allemaal niet in, hè?
Pak het even mooi uit.
Als je de sloten maakt open.
Klik open, ja. Klaar.
Cool, wat heb je daar?
We hebben hier het slot wat ik net zelf in elkaar gezet heb.
Dat moest een heel level omzetten. Ja.
Met how much are this is 4 ART-sterren. Dus dat wordt spannend of we het open krijgen. Dus dan moet je even alle gereedschappen die we tot onze beschikking hebben in beeld brengen.
Ja, dat een instap. Ik maak zo'n 5,5 mm, dus 5,5 bij 5,5. Maar klopt, maar net zo. Door ook zo. Alleen als leren, zijn zo. Dat gaan we ook maar zeker. Ja.
Tja.
Ja.
Wat denk je dat we zo doen? Een grote tuin?
Ja, kies wat je wil. Ja.
Dat zal wel niet lukken.
Ja, we hebben nog groter.
We hebben nog groter. Tuurlijk gaat het lukken. Maar in het midden heb ik is nog tijd.
Daarom is het natuurlijk ook een goed advies naar de klanten toe. Is plaats je slot zo hoog mogelijk, zodat je de grond niet als hefboom kan gebruiken.
Ja.
Je kan het zetten op de grond. Ja. Je kan het Roel. Die 80 kilo was opzetten.
Komt ie hoor.
Ja, die staat zo in twee.
Die ding staat heel goed.
Hij gaat er niet door. Ja, dat zie je door, jongens.
We hebben nog groter.
Deze is klein.
Ik zou wel een keer.
Dat is zo moeilijk, want je drukt tot de back toe open.
Dat gereedschap gaat wel zeker.
Ja, hier. We hebben 2 formaten.
Waar zit het stopcontact hier?
Ja. Dat is de hefboom.
Die zijn ze tegen de slijpen eigenlijk. Dan kunnen we zo wel even kijken.
Timmeren.
Ja, een hefboom.
Dan drukt hem gewoon.
De hefboom, veel langer.
Long aan. Wordt het trekken.
Zie je, drukt hem gewoon bij elkaar.
Hou me eens naast je Roel.
Ja, die houden we makkelijk in je jas.
Ja,
Dat is ook makkelijk meenemen.
Zo. Maar niet tanden kwijt, Roel.
kijk, zit er iemand.
Ja.
Ja. Heel veel van die
Ja.
Slijpen.
ja.
Nee hoor, vind je het leuk?
Ja. Die bek die gaat niet uit naar beneden.
Nou, die bek gaat niet, nee, die gaat niet, doet niks. doe er allemaal niks. Kansloos missie. Ja.
Hebben we nog een haan, een mogen of zo?
Ja, een kilo vis.
Ja, deze hier.
Ja, we hebben hier al aan staan.
3 kilo. 3 kilo mogen. Deze. Ja. Omdat iets van de huis is gevallen.
Laten zien wat je hebt, Roel.
Oh, 3 kilo.
Dat is kleintje. Ja, maar het huis stuk staan.
We gaan zo meteen gewoon groter doen. Nee,
Het huis vaar je stuk hoor.
Ik moet gewoon even laten zien dat het echt niet stuk wil. Het meubilair.
Ik heb niet weggeschieten.
Maar dat overkomt echt de dief ook, hè?
Scherpe kant. Nu is hij helemaal aan het staan. Nu kan je niet meer verkopen.
Nee.
Dus de punt van mijn komt.
Andersom maar.
Ik denk het net ziet.
Dat gaat niet gebeuren.
Er heeft nog niemand u gehoord.
Doen we voor de vorm nog een zware. Wel een zware hamers.
Real one.
Ja, van de 6 tot de 9.
Wel zwaar hoor.
Het is ook knap als je iets raakt, hè, zo'n ding.
Nee. Dat niks.
Forget it.
Heb je nog iets zwaarders?
I have another bolt cutter here.
Er was iets om mee te twisten of zo.
Hangt daar een buis.
Hè?
Hangt daar een buis.
Die goede buis.
Dat one? Goeie buis. Ja, maar je moet eigenlijk 2 hebben, hè?
Ik ga een beetje vreemd ook net.
Is het een nieuw one?
We call it the beast.
De beest.
Dus ook nog geheim vertellen hoe het nou wel moet wel.
Ga niet weg tot die open is, hoor.
We staan morgen ook hier. Oh, 80 kilo er ook nog.
First one, hoe was het lukt?
Wat zeg je?
You should be the first one.
Ja, is dat zo?
Je krijgt een doosje gratis als het lukt. Niks, hè?
Hij krijgt helemaal beter.
Ja, dat is klaar bij, dat trekt ook niet.
Die andere schaart 4 ton.
Hij komt ook helemaal niet, hè?
15 ton. En toen sprong
Ja, hij zakt wel.
ik nog geen 15 ton met deze schaart.
Ah, er zit één zwarte schakel in, maar ja, heel erg is Die zit er nog in.
En dan moet je, als je nou erboven, die schaar staat helemaal zo. Dat geeft dus voor elkaar. Die schaar daar.
Do we have something to twist it here?
Ja, dat was what. If you want to twist, you need actually 2 things to twist.
Yeah, one long and then turn it.
Gasfles, jongen, dan branden we.
Alleen nog het van je.
Ja, maar slaapschip is ook iets op zo.
Yeah,
That's for sure it won't work.
the poor frame.
Zo.
Je moet deze slag veel langer maken. Want
Niet zo lang.
het gaat helemaal nooit weer in.
Dan moet je eigenlijk even verder doorheen.
Ja, zo lang mogelijk maken. Zo lang mogelijk.
Ik wil wel zien in ieder geval dat ik geen ervaren fietsdief ben. De wielen doen het. De fiets is in ieder geval vast waardeloos.
Onderdelen wil je er hebben?
Ja, we hebben aan.
Oh, je hebt wel kapot.
Dat maakt wel geluid.
Ik kan hem iets langer maken. Nog iets langer.
Hoe gaat het tot nu toe?
Nou, niet.
Erop staan.
Nee, als hij dan doorgaat, dan lig ik op mijn snuffer.
Ja, dat
Is die wel los? Wel goed. Wel goed voor de knijptijd. Zo langer maken, hoe? Zo langer. Ja. Het is allemaal leuk natuurlijk, maar ik geloof het wel. Dus luister. Kijk, ik kan nog niet. Slaan. Jij zet met die knipschaar veel meer druk dan dat jij met zo'n hamer of met zo'n bel in één keer slaat. Dus dan gaat je nooit lukken.
Ja, ik klopt.
Doe even 2 biertjes erbij.
Oh, voor plekken.
Oké, alles wordt.
Zo meteen trek ik die mounten gewoon uit het ding. Maar een hele spierpijn.
Staan er zo bij, zo lukt ook niet.
Two things. When you want to steal a bike, you don't want to be seen and you don't want to be heard. So when somebody sees you, you make these sparks and it is loud, somebody hears you. Usually, at least in Germany, people don't steal bikes with angle grinders. Usually not. I've heard, yes, sometimes they do, but very seldom. Then, second thing, you have to hold the chain. You have to keep it somewhere in your fingers, and then try to, and then it verkantet.
Twists.
Yeah, it twists a bit, and suddenly machine stops, and so. And you have to open both parts of the chain, and this is pretty difficult. Sometimes you need 2 up to 3 blades, 3 wheels, then it works. But yeah,
Because the whole blade finishes.
yes, the
That's
whole blade
one-
finished,
one
and
off?
you need a second one. Yeah,
Because with one blade, one go through.
no. And the difficulty is the speed. The faster it runs, the easier it is. But the battery driven ones are not as fast as the real one, the strong ones.
Can you open it now with the key? Kun je het nou zo openmaken?
Weet niet.
Think you have the key somewhere?
Ah, ja.
And we go. We release it.
Dat is het best gedaan. Ik ga hem heel verkopen, dus ik heb hem getest, deze niet op.
Te krijgen, hè? Dat spreekt er zoveel. Rust. Zelf proberen. Kom maar even naar de winkel. Met gereedschap wat je wil. Gaat u niet denken.
Ik moet je de fiets bij zetten. Ja, als je hem open krijgt, krijg je de fiets.
Ja. Misschien die plek waar we de tang erop zetten.
Zo'n hoesje kan je weer de serviceafdeling
Kijk. Daar hebben we de tang erop gezet net. Oh, hier. Even het in beeld kunnen krijgen. Maar... Oh nee, ook niet. Ja, hier heeft de tang erop gestaan. Geeft geen krimp, hè? Gewoon helemaal niet gewoon.